Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Maya, and in today's video we are going to be doing a 24-hour readathon, which I haven't done in a while, and I'm excited because I've been wanting to do one, but also I'm stressed because I think I'm gonna try and do a genuine 24-hour readathon where I stay up overnight and I read, but I'm also gonna do the timer. So I'm going to set a timer for it's gotta be 23 hours and 59 minutes and 59 seconds because that's what it does it at. And then I'm going to pause it whenever I go do things. So tomorrow when I go shower and stuff, I'll pause it and things like that. But I'm also gonna allow myself to listen to audiobooks. So that's gonna be fun. And then I have 3 of these. I'm not drinking all 3 or I will die, but I'm gonna drink at least 1, maybe 2. So we're gonna try not to drink one until later tonight, but my little cousin's also coming over tomorrow, so I'm gonna have a child in the house. I don't know how much reading is gonna get done when there's a child in the house, so I might have to pause it then too. But that's the brief overview of what this is gonna be. Let's go over a little bit of the TBR. I don't really have a fully set TBR. I kind of am just gonna read whatever I read and we'll move on from that, you know? So first off, I did talk about audiobooks. I do have 2 audiobooks currently. I'm only listening to one, but I have a second one. I think I have a second one. If not, I'll tell you guys later. But I am listening to this currently on audiobook. I am on chapter, where is it? Let's see. I'm on chapter 16 of this on the audiobook. So I will listen to this on audiobook whenever I want to not be looking at pages or looking at my Kindle. So if I want to color or play a game on my computer or something, because I don't want to make myself tired of reading, because I just started liking to read again. I'm in and out of book slumps all 2 years now, but I'm listening to this on audiobook. So this is one of our books on our TBR. And then I think I have this on audiobook, and this is on my TBR for this month. So it's Lord of the Flies by William Golding. So I might listen to this. This will be a quicker one. It's only 100 something pages long. So if I finish it during this, I will. If I have it on audiobook, I'll probably finish it during this. I don't know. We'll see. See what happens. And then I am currently in the middle of 2 books. One I am reading on my Kindle, but I have it physically, so I'm going to show you it physically. There might be a lot of reading on this done because I like to just read in bed. But that could also be a really bad decision for me to read in bed because I might fall asleep. We'll figure it out. We'll see what happens. But I'm currently reading on my Kindle Redeemed by Lauren Asher. This one I definitely want to finish in this video. Might be the first book I sit down and read, actually. I think I'm going to sit down. I might lay down in my bed and read it, and then whenever it gets later, move to my desk chair and read so that I'm not as sleepy. Or if I start getting sleepy, I might just pick up a hobby and then listen to an audiobook, try and keep myself from falling asleep for as long as possible. If I do fall asleep, it's not the end of the world, but I've never actually done a 24-hour readathon, so I would like to officially do one. So I'm on chapter 16 of this book, which is 145 pages in pretty much. And I'm really enjoying my time with it. I love Lauren Asher's books. I genuinely do. I have realized I like her writing. I like her romances. And we touch on some deep topics in some of them. And this one is one that we touch on some pretty deep stuff. And so this is the final book in the series. So that would also mark off that series from my list, which would be nice. And then the only other book I'm reading right now might not be done in this video, because this one is going to be a hard one to get through. Let me tell you that, just because of how big it is. But we have A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. I might read it all in this video. I might decide to sit down and just do it, but I don't know. I'm currently on chapter 6, so I'm really not even far in. I'm only not even 100 pages in yet, so might pick this up at some point, might not. We'll see what happens. And then I do have a lot of books on my Kindle that I could read. I would like to throw in a mystery or a thriller, because I like my mysteries and thrillers, so I have a bunch of those. Also, I bought some new books today. This is one that I bought. I would like to read this because it seems fun. It's got pages that look like they're done down that's cool. But I have this whole thing of mysteries and thrillers that I would like to read. One of them, I could read Bad Blood. That's the last book in that series I have to read. I have a Frida McFadden book, which I know hers are known to be quick. I also have some Natasha Preston's. Hers are shorter. You know, I would like to throw in a quick, exciting mystery thriller, and if I don't do a quick one, Bad Blood is a good option too. So we'll see what happens. I have a whole TBR cart over there of books that I would like to get to as well. I don't know. We'll see what I read within this 24 hours, but I would like to at least get through 3 books, hopefully 5. We'll see what happens. But I'm gonna stop repeating the same exact words over and over again, and I'm going to start at 8 p.m. tonight. So it is currently 7:45, so I have 15 minutes. I'm going to get myself into my bed. I'm gonna change into some pajamas because I'm still in my dress. Change into some comfy pajamas, get into bed, and start reading Redeemed. I might read it physically because I haven't picked it up physically yet, and I've never read a Lauren Asher book physically, so it could be my first time doing that. So we'll see. We will see what happens. I'm gonna go get changed, and then y'all will see a clip of me reading something at some point. Still in our first hour of reading, but I wanted to update. I changed to my bed, changed the lights. Also, I'm listening to some ambiance now. I was gonna listen to YouTube, but it was distracting me. And then also I got an ice cream sundae. So I'm going to continue reading. Okay, my first hour is done. I figured I would try and update you guys every hour. The cat is being needy, like always. I love you though. So I thought I would try and update you guys like every hour. So it has been my first hour of this readathon, and so far so good. I mean, I'm feeling like normal, but it has only been an hour, so not that far. I read up to chapter 24. I only read like 67 pages in an hour. I'm learning my reading speed during this. It's not fast at all. So I read 67 pages in an hour, and I am hoping to finish 67 pages in an hour. There are a total of, without trying to spoil it for myself, there's epilogue right there. It's a total of 478. So there's 478 pages, and I'm on page 211. Like, I just finished reading page 211. So I don't know if I'll finish it by midnight. That's my goal, is to finish this one by midnight, but we'll see what happens. I think I'm gonna swap over to my Kindle though. We'll see if I'm faster on my Kindle than I am on here. So let me start with that. I don't really have a lot of opinions on the book, really, other than the ones that y'all have heard. I really like it. I haven't really told you guys what this one's about, actually. This one is the 4th book in the Dirty Air series, so it is the final book in the Dirty Air series. And it is following the brother of the girl of the FMC in the first book. So we've been waiting all 4 books to get his story specifically, and we're finally getting it. And it's between him, something tragic happens to him in the epilogue, in the prologue. Something tragic happens to him in the prologue, and then we jump to finding out how he's handling it all now, a year later or 2 years later, something like that. I don't know, can't remember. And then we're also following Chloe, who is a girl from New York who travels to Italy because she took a ancestry DNA thing and she found her long lost father who doesn't know she exists. So it's interesting. They found each other through some criminal stuff that she did, and they started coming up with an idea that they were fake dating. It kind of just happened. They're fake dating for his sister, and I didn't realize it was fake dating when I went into it, so that was fun. And then they decided that they were going to continue it because she needed some help with some stuff, and they both needed help with stuff, so they decided that they were going to fake date to like continue on that story. But I'm enjoying it so far. I think my favorite thing about Lauren Asher's writing is her characters. Like, she does a really good job at just making you fall in love with the characters. And so I have fallen in love with these characters. I'm going to continue reading. As y'all saw, I am having some physical reactions to what's happening, and I'm loving it. So I'm gonna turn it on my Kindle and read on there. Okay, geez, where's my voice at? It's been another hour, so now it is 10:30 and I'm on 21 hours and 59 minutes left to go. So what is that, 2 hours down? I think. So it's 22 hours technically, so yeah, 2 hours down. And I am on chapter 32, page 290. I did learn I do kind of read a little bit faster on my Kindle. I read 80 pages in the last hour instead of the 67, so not much faster, but a little bit faster. I also just like the convenience of reading on my Kindle because it's easier. But I'm still really enjoying it. However, something did just happen that I know it's gonna come back. Like, you know when you read things in books and you're like, why'd you do that? Like, you know it's gonna come back to haunt these characters. That's what just happened. And so I'm having stress with that, but I'm still enjoying it, still loving this book, still love this series in general. So that is a winner. However, it is 10:30. Something did come up that I have to do, so I'm going to turn on the audiobook for, I actually don't have the book over here with me, it's over there. I'm gonna turn on the audiobook for Sunrise on the Reaping. Is that what it's called? Yeah, Sunrise on the Reaping. I'm gonna turn on the audiobook for that, and I'm gonna listen to it for the next hour while I get the thing I need to do done, and then I will get back to reading this. But I'm gonna spend an hour reading that. Watch me get enthralled by the book and have to finish it because I'm so close to being done. But I'm gonna listen to an hour of that, and then I will come back to you guys after that. So I'm not tired, but like I am. Like, I know that if I laid down and I cuddled up, I could go to sleep right now. But also I could do so many things. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to start working on, what I have to do is I have to transfer photos from one email account to another because my brother has the other email account and his email's full. So I need to transfer my photos from that one to my new one. So I'm gonna do that for the next hour while I listen to the audiobook and hopefully clear up his email enough that he can get emails again. So I will talk to you guys later. Okay, it is a little bit later. It is now 11:59, so it's midnight. I have listened to 3 hours, technically 3 hours, so still not the best time in the world, but I've done 3 hours. I did spend the last hour listening to this audiobook. I am now on chapter 21, so part 3, chapter 21, page 280, so not that bad. I'm really enjoying this, and I do want to finish it, and so I'm currently sitting debating back and forth on, I'm not going to be able to update you guys too much at night, so y'all probably aren't going to get hourly updates at night. You're probably going to get like the book updates, so like when I finish this, y'all will get updates, but not every hour, because my brother, so that's my bedroom door, literally directly across the hallway. He sleeps, and his bed is facing it, so I can't talk too much. I can't be too loud. That's why the door has to be closed for a second, but if the door's closed, he can't sleep well. So I'm not gonna be able to update you guys too much, but I'm debating on what I'm gonna do right now. I could listen to the rest of the audiobook and play a game or color, or I could pick this up and listen to it. So I'm not sure. Give me 1 second. I am, however, going to pick one of these up right here because I am getting tired which is why I'm not in my bed, because I feel a yawn coming right now. Dang it. So I have 20 more hours to read, and I would like to get at least, I don't know, I would like to at least get 6 hours of my time done today, just because. Let me open this. There we go. It is open. So I'm going to drink that, and I'm going to, y'all will see, I'm either gonna play a game, color, or read that book. One of the three. But like, we're kind of in some crazy stuff in this right now. We're in the Hunger Games, and I only have 281, 382, so I only have 100 pages left. So like, I could listen to the rest of that while I do something else, and that's what I'm kind of thinking I'm gonna do right now. So I don't know, there'll be a time lapse of me doing something while reading this, and then I will talk to you guys when I have a better update later on. So like I said, not gonna be a very long or loud talk because people are asleep and it is 2 a.m. So, quick update. I finished Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. I knew it was gonna be sad. Like, going into this book, you know it's gonna be sad, but why was it so sad? So, I don't have a star rating yet because I am tired. I'm drinking that energy drink, not doing anything. So, I don't know. I am gonna try and stay up and read more of this book, which is not this book, but you know what I'm talking about, Redeemed. But I'm tired, so I might let myself sleep. Like I said, we're kind of gonna go through this as we go through it. So I have 18 hours and 35 minutes left, so I might at least try and get through that last 35 and then go to sleep. But I'm going to grab Redeemed and start reading it now that I finished this sad book. So that's my quick update at 2 a.m. Okay, my hair currently drying. Also, it is the next day, so did not stay up all night, as you guys can tell. It is actually, where's my iPad? It is actually like 11 a.m. almost. It's 10:59 exactly. So I got to where I have 17:58, which I didn't realize I stopped exactly on that time, but that is how much time we have left to read. I am going to still finish this challenge this weekend. Like I said, originally I was going to do 12 hours today, 12 hours tomorrow, and then I decided I wanted to start it last night, so I gave myself the whole weekend to do this. So it's just kind of, the point of it was to set aside a weekend where I could just read, and that is what we're doing. So you guys will have seen my quiet update last night of this book. I finished it while I played some unpacking on my computer, and then I did color a little bit. I finished up some stuff that I already started, so I finished this. I'm gonna wait to give all the ratings until the end, but I did really enjoy this book. I bawled my eyes out at the end, and I stopped recording when I knew I was gonna start crying, so yeah, but I finished that. So the first book is done, and then I read a little bit more of this before bed. I did indeed start drinking this at midnight, fell asleep at 3 a.m. So it did nothing. They're still drinking here, so I'm gonna drink that and eat breakfast, and I'm gonna continue reading this until I finish it. That is my plan for the first part of today, is to just sit down, finish this book. I think there's only like about 100 pages left, a little over 100 pages, but I should be able to finish it pretty quickly. It takes me about an hour to read 5 chapters, and there's 53 chapters technically, because there's an extended epilogue and an epilogue. So I don't know, there's math to that. It'll probably take me like 2, maybe 3 hours to finish it. So again, never said I was a fast reader, but I'm gonna just sit. I have a bowl of cereal here. I have this monster. I'm gonna finish this, eat the cereal, and finish this book. So let's get into it. I'll still try and do like the hourly updates, but I don't know. I might. We'll see if anything interesting happens, but I'm gonna get right into it. I have 17 hours left. Let's see when it says I'm gonna finish it now. 5 a.m. So probably not staying up until 5 a.m. I might though. We never know. But I'm gonna start reading this and I will talk to you guys when I'm done. Okay, it is a little bit later. I have indeed finished this book. If y'all hear noise in the background, ignore it. It did take me a little longer to read this because my little cousin's over, and so I'm hanging out with her while reading, so a little distracted. But finished this, still loves it. Again, rating's gonna be at the end, but I finished it with 16 hours and 6 minutes left. So I still have 6 minutes of this hour to read, and I have to figure out what I'm gonna read. So this is my completed pile so far for this readathon. I now need to figure out if I'm gonna pick up a new book or if I'm gonna pick up this bad boy right here, because this is technically what I'm on, but I could also pick up any of those other books that are over there. I don't know, I'm back and forth. I think I might pick this up, see how we're vibing with it, and if I'm enjoying it and I'm having a good time reading, then I'm gonna keep going. If not, then I won't. So there are 751 pages in this book, and I am on page 74. So I'm gonna start reading this back in the living room, so y'all won't see anything because I'm with my family still, but I'm gonna start reading this and we'll see how much I get into it. I'll read it for at least an hour. If I'm still feeling it after the hour, then I'll keep reading it. But this is definitely a book that I do want to read this year, and this was also, so we're kind of finishing the books that were in my want to read by the end of the year books. Let's get right into it, I guess. Hi guys, it is Sunday morning now, so it is the last day of this readathon. It better be at least. Sorry if my hair's oily. Today's everything shower day, and so I have a lot of stuff that I need to do. I have at least one thing I need to do before I take my shower, so the hair is just gonna be oily and up here how it is. Okay, I put dry shampoo in it, did not work, but let's do some updates for last night, what I did. I ended up getting to 12 hours. I left my timer in my room, but I did get to, I think it's 11 hours and 30 minutes or something like that. Maybe a little more than that. But I was reading this, and my hair is really bothering me, geez. I was reading this, and I got to the halfway point in the book, which is 376. So I got halfway through this. I definitely think we're gonna finish this book in this video. It got to some intriguing parts. I was like, I'll put it up whenever I get to 12 hours, so that I just have 12 hours today. And then I was reading it and I was like, yeah, I can't put it down now. And so we got a little past. I'm on part 2 of the book now, right? It's part 2. Yeah, I'm on part 2 now, and I am on 376, and things are happening. I'm really enjoying myself still because I've liked this whole book, but I'm really enjoying myself currently with what's happening. And also, as a lot of you guys know, there's a group that forms in this book, and I love that group. So I'm enjoying my time reading this. Fun time, highly recommend. I'm going to read more of that later because that is my physical book. But today is my Sunday, which is my Sunday reset day. So I have a lot of reset stuff to do. So I realized I have this book right here, Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmis, on audiobook, and I have listened to about 50% of it already. So I'm going to start the audiobook for that while I do my stuff this morning. So I'm going to turn that on right now, and I'm going to go start my load of laundry, make myself some breakfast, and then whenever I'm done with that, while I'm eating breakfast, I might read that. I might still listen to this. I might pause. We'll see what happens. But I have 12 hours left, pretty much. I'll bring the timer in here and show you guys, but let's get back into the reading. Okay, it is now later in the day. I haven't talked to you guys since like 8 a.m. this morning. It is now like 3:30. So I thought I would give you guys an update. I ended up listening to this the rest of today. I finished it. Again, I'm not giving reviews until the end, like ratings and stuff, but I did enjoy it. So I'm gonna go put that on my stack. I'm creating a stack of the books I have read, and now we have gotten to 9 hours and 22 minutes. So sorry, I just had a coughing fit. My bad. If I sound weird, ignore it. 9 hours and 22 minutes puts me at after midnight. So this video might end up going into Monday a little bit because I don't know, I could stay up until after midnight. I don't have work until 9 a.m. tomorrow, but unsure of how that's gonna go. Either way, I think I'm about to pick this book back up for a little while because I don't want to keep just listening to audiobooks this whole time, and I've done most of my Sunday reset stuff already. So all I'm doing now is waiting for my laundry to finish. So we're gonna read some of this and probably go lay on the couch because the bed is undone. So I'm gonna go lay on the couch and read more of this book here. I'm hoping I can finish this today. We'll see though, because I've read like a whole book already and I have like a whole book left. So let's get right into it. Okay, an update. It has been quite a while since I've talked to you guys actually. I finished Lessons in Chemistry, so it's over there. I don't know if I talked to you guys about that yet or not. I think I did, but I finished that, and then I sat on the couch and I read this for a while. I'm almost done. I'm gonna finish it tonight, but I have about 100-ish, a little over 100 pages left of this book, and then I'm gonna finish it. We're in the final stretch. And then I was trying to read this and I just could not. I could tell, I was counting how many pages I was reading every hour and it started to slow down, and that's how I knew I was like losing interest. So I picked up on my Kindle, I put my Kindle over there, but I picked up on my Kindle The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden, which I picked up this past weekend, or this past Friday. And so I started reading that. I read about 75 pages of that. It's my first Frida McFadden book, and let me tell you, it's interesting, but I already have my theories of what I think happened. So I started that, and then I went back to this, and I read for quite a while more while I watched the movies with my dad. And then I just got up and I came in here and I made my bed because I was washing all my bedding. And while I did that, I was listening to the audiobook for Lord of the Flies, which is a really quick one. I'm gonna keep listening to it while I do some more of my, it's like 11 p.m., but I'm gonna finish doing some of my weekly planning real quick, and then I'll get in bed and I'll probably read the rest of this, and then if I still have time after that, I'll read some of The Boyfriend, or I'll listen to the audiobook of this. Up in the air on which one's gonna actually happen. I feel like if I start reading more of The Boyfriend, I'm gonna get too into it and then I'm not gonna want to put it down though, and I do have work tomorrow. So currently I have 4 hours and 39 minutes left, which puts me at like 4 a.m. Which, is that ideal? No, but it is what it is. So I'm going to keep listening to the audiobook for Lord of the Flies and do the rest of my planning, and then I will talk to you guys later. I might not talk to you guys again tonight. Y'all might just have to hear from me tomorrow when I'm done, but I'm finishing it tonight, whether I like it or not. Okay, it is a few days later. I did finish the 24 hours. I did not finish it on Sunday night though. I ended up finishing it Monday. This Monday we drove down to Orlando, and so on the whole ride there I finished by listening to the audiobook that I was listening to. So let's go over the books that I read. I did forget my Kindle over there, but it's okay. We'll just talk about the book. I think I have the physical book, don't I? Oh, I do. Okay, just grab the physical book for that one and just put it over here. So this is our stack of books that we finished, started, and completed the whole thing in this video. So these are all of our books. I actually only think I started and completed one of these books in this video. All the rest of them were books that I was like in the middle of, or I started but didn't finish. So let's go through all of these books. This was really fun. Like, I know I didn't complete it how I wanted to complete it, but I did have a really fun time just like making sure I set aside time for reading, because I haven't been reading a lot this year. So just setting aside time and reading these like 5.5-ish books in like a week was nice. So let's start talking in order of how I read them, which is not the order I have them in. So should probably do that. And then I'm also gonna give you guys my ratings and reviews. I know I didn't talk much about like the books in the video, which is what this channel is about, but first up, I finished Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. I was already like, when I started this video, I think I was a few chapters in, not too far. I think it was like, maybe I was on chapter 15 or something like that, possibly. So like I was in it, but I wasn't like in it. And I finished this. This is the first book I finished. I think I'm gonna go with a 4.5 star because it was a really good book. It's probably my favorite one from the whole series. I don't know. I think I gained more attachments in this book than I did in any of the others. So like my love for these characters was the biggest in this book than it has been in any of them. So that's why I think it's a 4.5. It just didn't give me those 5-star feelings, but it still gave me high rating feelings, you know? So, moving the cat, sorry. So, I think this is gonna get a 4.5. I can't really talk much about what this book is about because like, it's in a whole series. Most people know what the series is. It's the Hunger Games series. This is the prequel. Well, second prequel. Prequel point 2. I don't know what they called it, but I did love this book. I listened to it on an audiobook, but I can't wait for the movie. I'm gonna bawl my eyes out, let me tell you that. So this is our first one. I'll put it like up here. That is a 4.5 star rating right there. I talk too fast that I lose my breath. And then I read Redeemed by Lauren Asher. This one I had also already started, but I was only like 5 chapters in. I was not far in at all. So I finished it in this. This was the second book. We had a purple thing going for the first 2 books, which was interesting, but I think I'm gonna give this possibly a 4.5 also, maybe a 4. This one might just get a solid 4. This was probably my second favorite in the series. So this is part of the Dirty Air series, which is right here. I have the first 3. The first one I liked, but like it wasn't my favorite. The second one was my original favorite book, and I think it's still my favorite one in this series, and this is my second favorite. And then this one's probably, I don't know, these 2 are between my 3rd and 4th. So this is like number 2 in that series for me. I really liked it. I like how Lauren Asher focuses on like the characters so much and like their problems. And so yeah, you get their relationship that they build throughout the book, but you also get their character development. Like you watch these characters grow as people, and I liked that. So I'm gonna give this 4 stars. We were following Santiago and Chloe. Santiago is the brother of the first girl in the first book, and Chloe is a, what's it called? Tourist, kind of. She's visiting Italy to find her biological dad from New York. So that is what this one was about, and I really liked it too. So far we're getting some good ratings here. Actually, I think almost all of these are good ratings. Yeah, they're all good ratings. We had a great reading week. So then I was 50% through this book whenever I started it, and I got the audiobook for this as well and listened to it while I was cleaning and stuff. Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmus. Basically in this book it has a show too, so now I want to watch the show. In this book we're following Elizabeth Zott, who is a chemist, and we're following her just kind of through her life. It talks about a lot of, it's in the 1960s, so it focuses a lot on gender norms and societal norms in general, and how there weren't women scientists back then, and so it was really weird that she wanted to be one. And so talked a lot on that. I think I'm gonna give this a 3-star. I liked it. It just definitely wasn't like my favorite book ever, but like I enjoyed my time reading this or listening to this, and I think that the author created a really interesting dynamic between these characters. There's a dog, and you get this dog's like inner monologue in this book, and I think that's really cool. So 3 stars for this one. And then we've got the big boy here. This one, I was also 5 chapters into this book, so I pretty much read the whole thing in this video. But this is A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. Guys, I finally did it. I finished the series, well, as of right now that she's announced the next book, but I finished the series finally. I am gonna give this also like I don't know. This series for me is weird. I'm not as obsessed with the series as other people are. Like, yes, don't get me wrong, I love it, but I'm not like as obsessed. I like Throne of Glass better so far, but I enjoy my time reading it. I genuinely think this is one of my favorite ones in the series. So this one might get a 5-star. I don't know. We're back and forth between a 4.5 and a 5. Y'all will see. If y'all follow me on Goodreads, you'll see what I give this book. But this book was the book following Nesta and Cassian in this whole series. And my favorite thing is her girl group that she has in this book. That was my favorite thing ever. I loved them. And that's all I have to say, really. I can't talk much about it, but definitely a thick book, but I feel like it covered everything it needed to cover, and we ended on a really good note. And I can't wait for the next one. So, looking pretty good up there. And then we've got Lord of the Flies by William Golding. This is the only book that I started and finished in this video. And I also listened to this on audiobook. It's a short one, so like easy read, but this is devastating. What on earth? I mean, I knew it was gonna be, but like, okay, interesting. But I think I'm gonna give it a 3-star as well, because it was a good book, but I don't know. I wasn't as drawn into it as I was with some of these other ones, but 3 stars. I'm not gonna talk about it too much. It's just, what would happen if a group of young boys was left to fend for themselves on an island? What would they do? And that's what this does. And so that one's like a 3. And then this one I can't have a full rating on yet, but thought I would talk to you guys about it at least. This is The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden, and I started it on my Kindle. I have it in real life, but let me find where I am real quick. Give me a second. I'm on chapter 25. Yeah, I'm on chapter 25, I believe. I might be on chapter 26, but I'm somewhere around here. So like 100-something pages in, almost halfway through the book. And I really enjoyed what I've read so far. So I'm going to keep reading. I got this out of a free little library, so like it was free for me. But I am gonna keep reading it. I think it's as of right now, it's giving between 3 and 4-star rating. Nothing too special. I have my theories on what is gonna happen. But basically, we're following. Let's see what it says on the back. I'm going to wait to peel that sticker off. I'm just going to read you guys the back because I don't want to spoil anything. So, it says, she's looking for the perfect man. He's looking for the perfect victim. Sydney Shaw, like every single woman in New York, has terrible luck with dating. She's seen it all. Men who lie in their dating profile. Men who stick her with the dinner bill. And worst of all, men who can't shut up about their mothers. But finally, she hits the jackpot. Her new boyfriend is utterly perfect. He's charming, handsome, and works as a doctor at a local hospital. Sydney is swept off her feet. Then the brutal murder of a young woman, the latest in a string of deaths across the coast, confounds police. The primary suspect, a mystery man who dates his victims before he kills them. Sydney should feel safe. After all, she is dating the man of her dreams. But she can't shake her own suspicions that the perfect man may not be as perfect as he seems, because someone is watching her every move, and if she doesn't get to the truth, she'll be the killer's next victim. So, interesting, right? I have my theories. I have a lot of theories in all different directions. We'll see if any of them were right. I'm gonna write them all down and I'll tell you guys in a different video if I'm right or not. But this is our little, let me see if I can grab them without them all falling on me. This is our little wrap up for our 24-hour readathon. I think that's pretty good, don't you? Like, that's not bad. So, thank you guys for sticking through this video with me. I know it's kind of chaotic and things went all over the place, but I enjoyed my time with it. So hopefully you guys did too. And I will see you all next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below if I should do this again. I think I'm gonna try and do these like once a month, maybe, but it gets a little extra reading in every month. So I'll see you all next time. Bye.